battleground. So a tough competition that these teams are facing for sure against each other. But right now, as we get ready, looking at that flight path itself, flying all the way from south of that military base.
We'll scout out the area first, making sure that he's not really being surrounded by any of the players of TSM. Now finds himself in a little bit of safer shoes, so he should be able to get the execution done. Yeah, can I pull up close? One, it should be done right here. So TSM already off to a bad start inside this game. Mania, what's going on? Why is he not able to get the confirmation flow? There we go. Finally, Wanted now taking out the game. That's going to be the first elimination and the first blood in the hands of the players of Global Esports. Now, as we do have other teams currently still inside the game, OR Esports 2 finally taking little shots onto themselves, but they're going to find themselves in a safer shoes for now.
Well, that spray, that fight right there between TSM and GE clearly showcases how these players think. Of course, we knew for a fact that there's absolutely nobody around from TSM's side to be able to give that cover fire, but GE did not. So Global Esports, Manya, he was being over cautious about that entire fight. And that's exactly what you gotta do. Because you just don't know when you're part of the battleground.
Hydro Esports pushed in a little bit of defensive stance as we have to play the Revenant Esports Watch is getting peeked. From Paradox spawning out one of the players on the side of Marcos, but he has no clue where he's getting shot from. In the front, it's the players of OG. In the back lines, it's Revenant. Third party in a sandwich situation. Marcos Gaming, not a spot you wanted to stop in.
No, don't do this. Don't do this. This is not what I thought would happen from OG. Revenant getting caught off bullfit positioning. And OG, sadly, their numbers dwindling down as we do see two of their players already knocked in now. The finishes are going to be confirmed from side of Revenant as OG have nothing that they can do out in the open with just a little bit of cover. The players and the numbers from OG are going to dwindle down with one player already eliminated and one knocked. This is tough fight for OG on the other side. They definitely are looking comfortable, that's for sure. They've got the information as well as they sit at the edge. But for now, OG, one final player, Ash, swimming across like a piranha, trying his level best to be able to survive. On the front team, Exo's Fierce has got on to the positioning of Blind, as Blind themselves are left with just a two-man squad and a two-man army. But Exo have problems of their own as Sensei has been dropped down. Punk going to be able to finally dish out a lot of damage against the players of Blind as one of them has been knocked. The point has not been confirmed, but it's only a matter of time before he does. But it seems like the main priority right now is going to be able to give that revival. No, confirm that point. Yep, there we go. He's going to be able to confirm that point for himself and his team. But looking at that zone, you've got TEF looking very comfortable. OG Ash goes down as well.
God. Nice return knockout. Kylo knocked out from the side of Hydra. And as we have the players of FS as well. Two players knocked out. K47 is the last man alive. Wants to get the res on the fallen man, but that's not going to be that easy of a task. Global Esports as well. They caught a little elimination onto themselves. A casualties did fly both sides. But FS Esports instead, they get eliminated.
12 teams remaining right here, 38 players in total. GE to the rescue for themselves as they bring in 5 finish points with AJ knocked down but not dropped dead. So that revival is going to be around the corner, but right now GE looking very comfortable. Kemen looking absolutely incredible in terms of their approach, and same is going to be the case coming in from the side of Marcos, as well as Marcos Gaming bringing points for themselves. Oh, they better, they have to. You have to be able to keep all 4 players surviving because that helps you. And that is exactly what Destro...
Exactly. Water. As we have DSM now peppering down the shots on the hilltop. Scarlet's getting spotted out. 3 players were there. Scarlet's Gaming having a decent split for themselves too, but unfortunately now, teams like TSM and Kemen Esports will need to move inside the zone. All 4 players on the side of Kemen Esports looking to charge on. The players of TSM. TSM might just get pounced on any second. 3 players inside the compound. Nades are tossed in from both the sides, but this time it's going to be Kemen Esports who are able to open the fray out. TSM down to a 2-man squad. Kemen Esports 2 being chipped off quite a lot. TSM going for the rest of the fallen man. Blaze trying to patch himself up at the same time as well. A lot of pressure on both the sides, but TSM looking to hold the sport down, but it's going to be quite tough. Kemen Esports able to crack open the defense of the players of TSM. Equinox is going to be the last glimmer of hope alive. Destro wants to take him out, but Equinox is pinned on top of that entire house. Molotov tossed in to flush the man out, but that's not going to be the case. EXO from all the way from a far fray will be able to shut him down.
Let's see if Marcos Ghost is going to be able to put that nail in the coffin against the players of Skylight, because Skylight, they have absolutely no idea. Come on, one stray and both those players could have gone down, Ghost.
You definitely do want to go for it. Trigger Discipline's on the board as well. Ghosty wants to strike in, but he's waiting for the player to just stand still. Vexy was prone down, but unfortunately didn't have a clear line of sight on him. Vexy finally, Justin's going to strike in. Knockout, he found the openings, he found as well. Now Ghosty finally going to strike in and take down Vexy. Ghosty being sniffed out too. Justin with some nice eagle eyes will be able to spot him out as well. Scarlet's Gaming, the game's being spoiled down to a 2-man squad. Talk about glimmers of hope being eliminated, and that's Scarlet's Gaming's bigger one being taken down as well. Kemen Esports with all 4 players alive inside the game look like a dominating force as Global Esports, they only have one last man surviving.
But yeah, a stalemate situation between these 3 teams. GE's player should not have given away his position, but nevertheless nothing taken away from their side and bunch and play as well, because they are in the top 3, that's for sure. So Ronnie, he's going to have to be careful, and there we go! What a perfect read coming in from the side of Ronnie, and he's going to be able to bring down the player, and just like that, Kemen, the numbers advantage working in the team's favor, bringing in a perfect wicket for themselves, but boy oh boy, that was a good game for GE, for Skylight, but Kemen, what is wrong? Not wrong, what has gone, what has happened with this team? This team is a different beast from what they were showcasing.
Every single team inside, things are looking way too close for comfort. Global Esports, just with that single good game, they've already catapulted themselves in the 8th spot in the overall ranking, so that's quite a huge leap now. Global Esports definitely can rely on that, but I personally feel like they should not rely on that type of lead, because you still have a lot of teams in your backline. I mean, they are on a hunt though. They do want to spot out that player. On the other hand, there's another team in huge troubles right now, but DBS in the hands of Mavi. And TSM will need to watch out. They will need to be cautious with the wrap of that DBS. We know what this shotgun is capable of as well. TSM, you need to watch out with your steps, how you're going to move around this compound. Mavi finally going to situate himself in a better spot outside the compound wall, as he does have the players in the back lines too, giving a little bit of cover fire. TSM might just be trapped inside this compound now. Tables might be flipped, but TSM looking to disengage from this fight, backing out from this one, prioritizing the loot first. And makes a lot of sense too. Mavi, as well as on a run, does not really want to go for a 1-on-2 situation all by himself. So TSM as well, they're going to make a real nice choice to disengage from this.
And that is so really important as well in this game. You want to be able to rack up those numbers in terms of the finishes, but at the same time not give away too much of your position, especially on the map of Sandhawk, because you know for a fact that as soon as you take on those shots, the third-party approach is going to be brought on. And as Necro mentioned, I mean, someone's taken on quite a role right there to be able to convert position, as well as, of course, get to know where the opponents are. As we look on our screens, we've got Kemen in a little bit of a troublesome situation, as we look at Hutton region towards the northern side of the map. We've got TSM taking on perfect shots against the players of Kemen, as one of their players has been eliminated. And right now in this compound, it is going to be none other than Skylight once again. Vexy, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It is going to be Vexy all by his lonesome to be able to try and survive against the players of Team EXO. And that perfect spray is going to be able to convert points for them. And not only that, Team EXO, such amazing, beautiful awareness coming in from the side of this team, as they not only bring down the fight against Skylight's Vexy, but also Marcos on top of that hill.
Exactly, Blotter. The caliber this team showcases is another level. Kemen Esports this time, are the one on the receiving end because they're all the way outside the blue zone still. On the other hand, you have the players of TSM making sure they're holding the players off at bay. TSM, unfortunately, though, there can be a chance they might just be taken out as we have the players of EXO. 2 players knocked out in the front lines, but they are still retrievable. They can still be revived. And that's what the rest of the players of EXO do want to do as well. We did see the smokes tossed in to make sure the enemy sightlines are probably going to be blocked with that. Do want to go for the resurrection of Fallen Men, and now as we have the players of Hyderabad Hydras taking a lot of shots. The VSS AJ utilizing it on the map of Sandhawk. Not a weapon that we see being used a lot of time as well. And look at AJ. The position is just not being compromised. That gun is so good in these type of situations.
Indeed, that is true for now. So many teams out in the open. This is tough competition between these teams.
Indeed it is. Team Enigma Forever, as we do know, that's the only glimmer of hope alive inside this game. Team X-Park, so far, all 4 players up. But definitely another one of those teams that has a lot of pressure and will need to perform up to expectations as well. Hyderabad Hydras, that was a really nice spread from their side. We're able to catch the players of TSM off guard. TSM looked like they had an upper edge in that fight, but not for long. As soon as the players of Hyderabad Hydras found themselves in a really great split. As now we have the players of OR approaching them. OR, of course, in the higher ground. And unfortunately, Hyderabad Hydras a little bit on the down slope. But this time, I'm going to hold on to that as that thought. As we have another fight panning out, it's going to be between the players of X-Park and OG. And OG, so far, they're able to dismantle the players of X-Park like it's nothing.
Scout was also spotted earlier. Not going to be allowed to jump into the zone, get out of the blues. As you can clearly see, Trigger patiently waiting for a little bit of peek coming in from side of Scout. And there we go. The side of X-Park getting eliminated on the 13th spot. 4 finishes confirmed, 4 points confirmed for the side of OG, but they've given away their position as well. Or tough luck conversation to be able to convert this into a point and of course finish for themselves, because so many teams as we do have in that elimination feed, Blind Esports chiming in against the position of OR, and just like that, OR down to a 1-man army. Revenant bringing in some cores. Of course, with that 8 finishes confirmed for Revenant, but they are not yet done. Looking at that zone, they are out in the blue. Will they be allowed to walk into that zone? As of now, Blind Esports looking very comfortable with the zone working for them, as well as the compound that they've got as well. OR Atanki, is that the one? Yep, that's the final player remaining from OR. Incredible zone right here. A lot of trouble for these teams to be able to run out in the open, to be able to find themselves in the zone. And along with that, of course, as we do have Blind and Tarjeet, the one final player. He's still surviving somehow.
Wow. Marcos Gaming's Ghosty's position compromised as well. The vector shots. Took those shots in the front, but unfortunately was not able to find any type of connections, as now Ghosty is going to try to take out the players of Insane. Again, no connections found. It's EXO now. Looking to name all those elimination points in the front, looking to accumulate them, looking to claim them. And Fierce is going to join in the fray as well. Marcos Gaming still on top of the hill. Fierce needs to watch out what's going on in the back lines too. Fierce will swipe out the entire team of Team Insane. Call them the cleanup crew because EXO, they're making it look like a piece of cake. And the nice retaliation fire, nice cover fire coming in from the side of Fierce. Another one to go down. Marcos Gaming, the last hope, is still alive. And he can try and hold the last man of the EXO off at bay, but that's not going to be the case. We've known what Fierce is capable of in those moments. So Fierce is not going to fall back. EXO, all 3 players now. Finally, the cavalry is going to be here to provide the cover fire to Fierce. Immortal as well goes down. EXO now, it seems like things are quite tough for them to survive. Sensei is the only man alive. Still outside the zone. They're going for a med strat. Is he going to try to make it inside? No, it's probably going to try to seal the deal with a med strat. As we have the players of Blind in the most advantageous position.
Honestly, not gonna lie, super impressed with the TF Daljit. And right here, there we go, finally bringing in 1 finish point to the side of the team. As soon as he does, though, sadly, he will be eliminated. The first time he chimes in to bring in some points, he will be gone. And this is all it's brought down itself to Team EXO. Sensei, all by his lonesome in the blues, taking on fight against the players of Blind Esports' final player. And it's going to be so very close because the zone is going to be catching up.
Oh my god.
The health of Team EXO. Sensei, of course, he tried his level best, but Blind Esports walking away with that perfect beginning approach. This was so very close for the side of XO, but blind. Just the position that they were in helped out for them.
That was so close. If Sensei doesn't miss those initial bullets, that's it. XO win that chicken dinner right there from outside the zone 2, ladies and gentlemen. That's how close it was.
Okay, let's do this.